Hello, if you're a property investor that's thinking of going on a training course and actually wants to succeed or wants to be more successful on your property investment journey, then these are my 7 tips as to how you can be more successful in your property investment journey. So, I'd first like to officially welcome you to Successful Property Investment Secret Show, the #1 resource for helping you go further, faster with regards to you achieving your goals and your property investment journey. So if it's the first time for you to actually see this channel, then you should definitely consider subscribing, because it helps you to stay up to date with the latest content and information that we produce with regards to this ever changing and dynamic industry. Now, if you're watching this for the first time and you're wondering, who is this guy? Well, my name's Azir Thatcher. I'm a property sourcer based here in Plymouth in Devon, and I find investment properties for both myself and my clients all over the country. Now, I use my time, knowledge, expertise, and digital marketing skills to source great investment opportunities and then partner with people that have the cash and are interested in getting a better return on their money than what the banks are giving at the moment. So because I also have digital marketing expertise, people often come to me when they're looking to get more customers from the internet so that they can grow their business. Now, just touching on one thing before I kind of really kick off, it is that I've got an amazing event coming up. I'm super pumped and excited about this. You can go over and check out more details about it at getleadswithvideoads.com/register. So if you're someone that's looking to grow your business and you want to have a more consistent flow of leads into your business, then definitely go there and check that out. So step #1 with regards to successful tips as someone who's looking to grow their business or get started in property. So tip #1 would be your reason for investing. This is a kind of really overlooked kind of thing. So what happens is property investing is a challenging endeavor. Anyone who tells you differently is straight up fibbing, right? So when you're going through this and you wait and you have those mornings where you don't want to wake up or you don't want to do that thing, or you're facing challenges and you're thinking, oh, I just can't, I see a way through this. I'm going to try something else. That reason as to why you're doing it is the anchor that will help you to drag you through those moments that are you're finding quite challenging. So that's one part of your reason why you're doing it. The second part is you have to understand there's so many different strategies out there with regards to property investing. Not all of them are right for you and your circumstances. So you've got to start understanding what's the reason that you're trying to get involved in property. Are you looking to build up a big war chest, as it were, so that you've got money put aside for when you retire because you don't believe that the government's going to be able to look after you? Are you looking to build a portfolio so you've got a legacy that you can pass on to your children, help them up onto the housing ladder? Are you in a 9-to-5 day job that you really can't stand and you just want to leave, so you're looking to replace your income? Or are you really just looking to supplement your income, something along those lines? Or are you just someone that wants a better return on your money? So you're not really necessarily want to become a landlord or investor or whatever, but you understand that property is a very good vehicle, very good investment vehicle. So what's your reason for actually wanting to get involved in property as regards to becoming a property investor? So that's step 1. Once you've got that identified and you're a lot clearer on that, then I'd say you move on to step 2, and that's about your investment strategy. So I've just touched on a few points there. Are you looking for cash flow? Are you looking for capital appreciation? Are you looking for, like I said, a better return on your money than what the banks are getting? So at the moment, you put your money in the bank, you leave it in there, you got big savings in there. Let's say you got 30, 40, 50, £100,000, whatever, saved away in the bank, tucked under your mattress, as it were. If you look at the interest rates, they over the past number of years, they've been abysmal, pretty much under 1%. So if you're saving, as Robert Kiyosaki would say, savers are losers, because if you've got your money in the bank, you're earning 1% interest. Well, the problem with that is when you take into effect the power of inflation, it's actually eroding your money. So what you can buy with £100 today is not what you can buy with £100 next month, as it were. That's really what happens with inflation, essentially. So you need to put your money into a savings vehicle that will outperform the market, as it were. So property is a very good way of doing this, because generally you can use leverage. Banks will lend you money and to go and buy a property. So you put, like, 25% down, the bank will lend you the rest. And so you can get tenants in there that will service the debt and also give you profit as well. So this is why property is a very good investment strategy, but you've got to pick out which is the best one for you. Have you got not much money and you're really looking to replace your day job? Well, then you want to go with a cash flow strategy, something like a rent to rent or service accommodation, or some form of option. And I've talked about this in other videos, so you can go there and check that out as well. But that's what I mean is make sure that you pick the right strategy for you and your circumstances based off of your reason why that you want to get involved in property. The next thing I would say is you then need to choose your leader. Who are you going to listen to? The internet is an amazing place, and it means you have access to so many ideas and so much information. It's fantastic. It's right at the touch of your fingertips. It's on your phone, which most people carry around with them pretty much 24/7. They even go to bed with their phones, right? The problem with all of that is because everyone's got a voice, they can put their opinions out there, and you might think, oh, I'm going to listen to this guy about my strategy and do this, and then someone else comes over and they've got a completely opposing thing saying, don't do your strategy X, you should be doing strategy Y instead. And it can get confusing. And the problem with that is a confused mind doesn't buy. You become overwhelmed. You start to procrastinate, you don't make progress. I cannot tell you the amount of people that I've had come to me as clients that I've spoke to at networking events, that I meet at training things, and I say, oh, how long have you been in property? And I say, I've been in it years. They say, okay, brilliant. So, how many properties do you own? What's, not necessarily how many properties you own, but have you actually got involved in property at all? Do you own anything? And they say, yeah, I don't own anything. I've just been doing research. I've been reading books. I've been attending free events. I think to myself, well, all that time that you've been doing that, jumping from one strategy to another and listening to one guru and another guru, you are actually shooting yourself in the foot. You're not making progress. You're just dipping your toe in, but you're not actually getting wet. So if you want to go swimming and actually go from point A to point B, you need to get wet, right? So don't get confused by listening to so many people. Pick one person, stick with that person, do your due diligence as to who's good. But once you've made a decision, make your decision, stick with that one person and stay with them for about 12 to 18 months on that strategy, because usually that's how long it takes for all the information that you've learnt to actually sink in and then to start taking effect. So before I move on to point 4, I just want to let you know again about this amazing event that I've got going on at the moment. So one of the things I've noticed as a property investor is getting the leads in is one of the major roadblocks. So if regardless as to whether you're sourcing or whatever, you're trying to get your deals direct to vendor or direct to landlord or direct to homeowner so that you can negotiate better terms and a better price. Then you're trying to, if you're selling it on, you're trying to find someone that can actually then buy it. Not these tire kickers and looky-loos that, don't have the money and don't have the ability to move forward. So that can be another side of things. So whether that's on the open market or even that's another investor, another sourcer. So those are the two kind of ends of the spectrum. Then the third side of things is, let's say you're going to keep the property. You now need good tenants that are going to come in. The last thing you need is people that are just going to stop paying rent, or worse, they pay their rent and they just are really antisocial in the property. So they might be smoking, doing weed or some kind of drugs in the house. They're just warring with a housemate, stealing their food, loud music, talking on the phone late at night because they're a night owl and everyone else is up during the day. Oh, these things I can tell you as a HMO manager, they can drive you around the bend. But you've got to start getting like tenants together, and you've got to start finding an abundance of really good quality tenants. And then the other side of things is, let's say you're doing service accommodation, and then you have things like at the moment Airbnb and Booking.com. They basically are cancelling people's bookings and keeping them to themselves, and basically stopping you from actually still renting out your property. Or the government comes in along and does a lockdown and then you can't rent out your property. You need to be able to have direct access to guests that are interested in your solution. So these are some of the things that have become quite a major problem, and it can be solved when you've got your own lead generation machine. So if that's something that you're interested in, then definitely go to getleadswithvideoads.com/register. I will show you the 5-step system that will help you cure all your lead generation woes. So I'm actually going to do a part 2 of this video where I'll go through the other remaining points. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video.